So, guys, it is your host, Crypto with Paul. You are tuned back in with the CoinZone. Guys, it is Thursday, November 20th.
I appreciate you guys for tapping in. As always, let's get right to it. So we are going to do a quick market update on this Thursday afternoon. There are a ton of things to get to. So let's just dive right in. Watcher Guru. So just in, another $210 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes, guys. Just the past 60 minutes alone. This is what's happening, a continuation of liquidations. Is that good? No, not good to see. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Make sure to hit that like button on the way in. Make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't subbed already. Now let's move on. So, Bitcoin capitulation, short-term holder supply in profit/loss ratio. Short-term holders underwater. 2020 COVID crash, 92% in a loss at around $3,850. The 2022 FTX collapse, 94% in a loss at around $16,000. Today, we have 99% in a loss at around $89,000. This is the highest short-term holder capitulation ever recorded. So guys, pat yourselves on the backs for that one. Just kidding, not really. That's not something to celebrate. Chief Yorkie, what is going on today? Tapping back in on Thursday, November 20th. What's good, brother? Good to see you again. Talking about the markets. So moving on to Alex Becker, guys. Let's take a look at this. The longest consecutive days of extreme fear in Bitcoin history. This is absolutely absurd, guys. It's extremely reasonable to say that there is a high chance of buying at the highest fear ever will yield big but thick gains on alts. Yeah, it's not a bad assumption. All right, buying at these levels. So we're looking at things that are, bearish, right, guys? This is bearish. This is bearish. Fear to greed index is bearish. Well, we do have things that are also bullish to look at right now. Let's switch it up a little bit. Number one, could the bottom be in, guys? I'm calling it now. This is Rect Fencer. I'm calling it now. Bitcoin bottom is in. So if we're just going there, that could be bullish. The bottom's in, then we're only going up. Now, this is very big as well. Bull market peak indicators sell at the top. 0 out of 30 bull market peak indicators have hit so far. So we have 30 indicators to look at that are telling us if we are in a bear market or if we are leaving a bull market. None of them have hit so far, guys. So that is very, very important to keep in mind. Okay? If we're going to be honest, we're going to be non-biased. We have to look at all angles and sides, right? It's the best thing to do. So far we have 0 of 30 indicators hitting that we are leaving or exiting a bull market. I think that is very important to note. Okay, chat, let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Again, this is the big question as of right now in Q4. I suspected in Q4 we would be going higher. No, we were going lower. Maybe we go lower first before we start to climb again. But so far, Q4 has not been anything that anybody thought. All right, chat. We'll keep it moving. Let me know what you think, however, in the comments. The big question right now, are we going higher or are we going lower? Now, this is from Ash Crypto. Crypto MCAP bounced back from 3D EMA 200 level. Market cap, for anyone curious, this exact same level marked August 2024 and April 2025 bottoms. So as we can see, as he plotted along on this chart. So again, are we bottoming? Pause. Okay, could be a bottom on the charts. Let's go over to Gordon, guys. Everyone knows Gordon Gecko. Okay, big in crypto, over 1 million here on Instagram. Wow, X. I thought he had over 1 million. Never mind. The markets look ready to send. So we do have bullish narratives. Now let's head over to someone else. We all know Raoul Pal. What is Raoul saying? Let's take a quick listen.
And we know that the TGA is going to be drained, and the QT is going to finish, and the Chinese are increasing their balance sheet, and we got regulatory changes coming, and we got rate cuts coming, blah, 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 blah. And the ISM, the business cycle, follows that. So the next thing for the business cycle is to go higher. Business cycle going higher means we'll have money in our pockets. It goes into risk assets, and that increases the price of crypto. It's not that complicated, but nobody wants to believe it because you're looking at 5-minute charts and scratching your nuts.
So, always good to hear from Raoul Pal. It's always good to hear from a lot of these guys in the space. You know, we talked about Raoul a bunch of times before. Specifically, you know, we asked the question yesterday, and I asked the question to a guest that you guys are going to see an awesome guest interview here on the channel next week. I asked this person, is the 4-year cycle dead? You know, I think a lot of people are starting to catch on now. A lot of very wealthy people looking at trends and charts and data and history and starting to be like, you know, maybe this wasn't driven by Bitcoin's 4-year halving, but maybe this was driven by debt and liquidity cycles. So, yeah, I think the tides are turning. I think individuals are starting to realize that things are flipping. Also, something very interesting I want to share screen on, because if this is not you, then you might want it to be you. Okay, let me just get to this real quick once I find it, and we will go from there. My music has stopped. Things are getting weird, guys. All right, there we go. So, this is big, guys. This could potentially be one of the biggest charts of your young future right now. Depending on how old you are, it doesn't matter, honestly. This could be the chart of your future. Now, let me explain this to you. Lack of crypto access is driving high-value asset outflows. So, it's from Cointelegraph, right? 35% of young affluent investors have abandoned advisors who don't offer crypto access. Wealth management firms that ignore digital assets risk being left behind. The tides are turning, guys. People are starting to realize the opportunity, and if you're not offering these services, you are missing out on these opportunities, and I think that's what people are starting to come around to. Okay. Zero Hash and Sentiment survey of 500 US-based investors aged 18 to 40 with household incomes between $100K to $1 million fielded Q3 of 2025. So this is raw, up-to-date data right here, guys. The full story right here. We're going to click on it, and we're going to share this tab instead and just look at this article real fast. So 1 in 3 young investors switch advisors over crypto access, survey says. Now, what is this telling you right off the bat? Well, to me, it's telling you that a platform like crypto, the CoinZone here, is a good platform to probably subscribe to and follow, because guess what, guys? We are recommending these services. We're with the times, guys. Crypto with Paul, the CoinZone. We got you guys. So make sure to sub to the channel here, because we're talking about what the older guys are leaving out. Okay, young and rich investors want wealth advisors to offer crypto, and some have moved their money from those who don't, according to a survey by Zero Hash. Money managers may need to rethink their approach to digital assets, with over a third of young, wealthy investors in a recent U.S. survey indicating they have moved on from advisors who don't offer crypto exposure. Crypto payments provider Zero Hash survey of 500 U.S. investors aged 18 to 40 released on Wednesday found that 35% have moved away from advisors who don't offer access to crypto. Wow. Crypto has only recently enjoyed an ultra-friendly policy environment in the U.S., and some wealth advisors are still playing catch-up as younger investors are less risk-averse compared to past generations. Okay. Talk about that being true, guys. Right now, a lot of our bags are down. Big down, okay? I'm not talking Wall Street down. I'm down 4%. Oh, shoot, the market's freaking 4%. No, dude, crypto holders will be down like 80%. Just freaking like, oh, no, market will turn. Right? A lot of hopium. A lot of psychopath tendencies, behavior. I don't know. There's a mix of, if you're still here, man, if you made it through all this stuff and you're still here, just holding, you might have something wrong with you. And I'm one of those people, okay? There might be something wrong with us. Like what? Talk about risk averse. Risk averse, guys. I mean, that's the nature of the game. We know here, right? It is a feature, not a bug. These are great levels to accumulate at. It's however you want to look at it, right? You can call me a psychopath for that, but talk to me again in a couple of years. We'll see what happens. Let's keep it moving, guys. All right, this is pretty interesting too. I want to talk about this because there's just so much news going on. Like out of all of this bearish environment, everyone's freaking out, pooping their pants. There is so many cool things happening. So many good things moving forward. Now, we only saw this with Coinbase, with Bitcoin so far, but now we're seeing with Ethereum. ETH-backed loans are now on Coinbase. You can use your ETH as collateral to borrow USDC Ethereum. So, guys, what is this doing? This is taking power away from banks, guys. You can now get loans from a freaking crypto exchange. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You have 5 Ethereum. You have 10 Ethereum, right? Let's say you have 10 Ethereum because you bought some like 4 years ago. You've just been holding it. And then out of nowhere, it's 2026. ETH goes to $9,000 and you make a big profit. And you're like, this is great. What should I do with this? You can buy a house, dog. You can buy a freaking house, big dog. You can go over to Coinbase. You could say, listen, I'm going to put this up as collateral. Give me some USDC. I'm going to take the USDC and buy a freaking house. And like, this is where we're going, guys. This is the future. This is the things that are happening now. It is insane to think about the direction we are going. Speaking of USDC, do you want to tell me this isn't bullish? Guys, I'm seeing RLUSD being minted, Tether, USDC, you name it. I mean, liquidity is coming to the space again. There's so many bullish, positive things that are happening. Avi has been absolutely crushing it and dominating, in my opinion. Avi slept on. They have a huge opportunity to grow exponentially from here on out, in my opinion. I think they're very well positioned. But this really caught my attention because I use Tangem. Shout out to the Tangem wallet. This is sick, in my opinion. You can earn yield in a cold storage wallet with stablecoins. That is sick, in my opinion. I do like Tangem a lot. I trust Tangem. So now having the ability to be able to keep my cryptocurrency in a cold storage where I trust it and earn yield on it is pretty cool. Also, we covered before, but Aave is doing their app. So complete DeFi on your own. You can earn up to 9% APY. Absolutely insane, guys. These opportunities that are coming in crypto. It's just the beginning. I really don't think people get it. It's just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We're just getting started. So right now, more than ever, is the time to look at these cryptocurrencies that you invested in previously because you thought it has a future. Now is the time more than ever to lock in and really make sure you're freaking right about that. Because we're seeing people that are being chosen, winners and losers. I mean, man, it's time to keep your eyes on the prize and to lock in. These next 12 months or so could be very, very important for your future. Have a game plan. Have a long-term horizon game plan. You know, I'm stacking until 2030. I'm going to stack till more than that. But, you know, 2030 is a psychological year on a lot of things. I just can't wait. You know, I have a game plan for the next 4 years of accumulation and all this, and I'm excited for it. I'm not leaving this space, guys. I might make some adjustments. You know, like I'm not going to be going as hard into Cardano as I always have. Definitely going to be diversifying more into other projects, more AI plays. We'll see. And that's about it, guys. I have a good feeling about midnight. I have to be honest. There was a round table I saw, a Zoom call with like really the people working and discussing midnight right now are not small names at all. Like, these are people who have worked at Google for years. Like, all these big companies for years with tons of experience and knowledge and expertise. It's crazy. There are a lot of people interested in privacy right now, and Midnight specifically, and obviously Zcash. But hey, Midnight's coming out December 8th. I'm very, very interested and excited to see what happens there. But we'll see, guys. A lot of things we'll see how the market plays out here in November. All right. December is a different story. We got around a month or so left here in the year. We'll see how crypto finishes. But I appreciate you guys for tapping into this live stream so far today on Thursday, November 20th. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do that for me. That's crazy if you're sitting here just listening to me talk and you didn't sub yet. If you don't think I'm annoying, if you think I'm annoying, that's fair. Then you don't have to do that by any means. Have a great life if you don't want to ever check out the channel again. But that's it, guys. I'll be back later. It's Crypto with Paul. Follow me on X. This is the CoinZone. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. I'll see you again soon.